Oh, hello. Welcome to Cut to the Chase podcast. Wow, we got a doozy here today, man. It's hot. It's hot as hell. In Boston, they say hot as balls out in Boston. It's, 90-something plus degrees. I'm in Beacon Street Studios here on a nice Sunday day. I'm just going to get right into it. Nick is hot. Nick is Nicky Neighborhood's producer. He's perturbed. He's hot. He's sticky. He cleaned the apartment. I feel like he was a little bit in a rush. So, I'm calm as a cucumber, to be honest with you. So I'm just here chilling, trying to cool out. We got a nice temperature in here. Nicky wants to make sure that the temperature in here is where he wants it to be. I found out that he likes his temperature at 68 degrees. Anything less or more causes a nuclear reaction with Nicky Neighborhoods. Is that so, Nicky?
I feel bad, yeah. I was extra dialed in today when you showed up.
I know exactly, I could read your energy, instantly. So I have to, kind of pivot a little bit. I got to wait for you to get the steam out.
Yeah.
But your steam is not it's not aggressive.
No.
It's not mean. It's subtle, but it's sharp.
Yeah.
It's like a true Lebanese person that really wants to stick it to you.
You asked me advice on something that we were talking about, I think, last week, and instead of just giving you the simple response, I feel like I really went too deep into it. And this was before the show.
Yeah.
And it's like something I'm working on. When someone asks hey, should I buy this car?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, the thing you need to know about Toyotas, and they're like, I just need a yes or a no. I just need a yes or a no.
Yeah. Because I'm obviously asking you because
correct.
I already have faith in the answer you're about to provide.
Yeah.
So I don't need for you to kind of go through the whole, the specs, as they say.
Yeah.
Because I already know that I have trust and faith in your answer.
Sure.
Now I do appreciate the whole process of you kind of the presentation. I love the presentation.
Sure.
I love your presentation.
Sure.
I just think sometimes you get a little bit more aggravated at yourself because you start to realize you're
doing that thing.
Doing that.
Jesus Christ. I'm so in my head. Also, I'm going to zoom in here a little bit on you.
Good. Please zoom.
Yeah, we're going to adjust the camera. Anybody that's watching. Oh, much better. Yeah, this is just much better.
Let's start. Well, first to start off, let's just say by coming to the studio today, you was already you opened the door. There was a woman that was in front of you.
Dude.
Right?
Deer in the headlights.
Oof.
Deer in the headlights at the front door. I'm like, what the fuck? First of all, she was standing too close to the door.
Too close to the door, bro.
How am I supposed to open the door?
She was too close to the door. She was literally, her nose was right on the glass.
Yeah.
And you're polite. You open the door.
Always, yeah.
And what happened?
I guess the person there's someone in our building with an open house. First of all, I hate open houses. I hate an open house. If I ever, when I own a home and sell it, I've just straight off market.
Private owner.
Who wants it?
Who wants it?
Yeah. I'm not doing this open house. People not taking their shoes off. It's just in the energy. You know what it is? If anybody does comedy out there or music, it's open mic energy that the renters or the buyers kind of have, and the realtors as well. Everyone's naive and optimistic.
You're right. Yes.
You're not going to get this. I can already tell right off the bat. You're coming in alone.
Yep.
Okay.
Don't get coming in alone.
You don't know how close to stand to the door. You're not getting the apartment.
You're not getting the apartment at all. Yeah. You don't even know how to act. Right.
And now I got to pretend it's the apartment next to mine. So now I have to be courteous visually.
Yeah, visually to the prospective buyers or renters, whatever, to make it seem like you're not a crazy neighbor that they could possibly, the whole facade.
Yeah. I can't scratch my balls when I get off the elevator to walk through the hall to my door. The things I would normally do.
That's what you, okay.
Well, no, if I wanted to.
I just that's a normal procedure for you.
I just like the freedom of being able to but yeah, I hate that eagerness, that phony eagerness.
I can't.
You here for the open house? I live here.
that's the other thing. The oh my god, her she thought you was here for the open house, to think that you think it was because I was next to you.
There was a little bit of that there, I think, kind of like, look at this incredibly progressive gay couple. That's what it was.
I did have my cross bag, my Lululemon cross bag with me.
Yeah.
On. So she probably thought we were, You think people would think like if me and you was walking down the street, like people would think like we were a good couple if we were gay? You think we're a good match?
If we were gay, yes. If we were gay,
that's the only reason.
No. If we were gay and we gave off gay energy, I think people would really enjoy us as a couple. I do, because I'd be at my, my like kind of.
I don't think you'd be that
neurotic, kind of flamboyant, and you would just be like, chill out. I would never be like, oh, Chase is gonna like, reel him back in.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Now, okay. I don't think you'd be that type of, like, I think you'd be little different.
You don't think I'd be flamboyant?
I don't think you'd be flamboyant. I think you'd be a little irritable.
Yeah.
Your fashion would be on point.
I do dress it down a little bit as a straight guy, but I do know if I was a gay guy, right. I know exactly how I would carry myself.
I know exactly how you'd carry yourself if you were gay.
Yeah.
You'd have like that Anderson Cooper gay vibe.
Yes, exactly.
Like you don't know if you are.
Sometimes I forget that I am.
Right.
Like an Andy Cohen. Kind of, you know what I mean?
Andy,
the
Bravo 2 network.
Yeah. Exactly that.
Would be interesting. Would be like a cookies and cream team. Right?
I'm uploading a Mason camera on pause button on the soundboard.
Good.
I should have done that for this episode, but we're going to just title this episode Pause.
Pause?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I adjust the camera twice and we're talking about some pretty gay shit.
We're observing.
But that's fine. Again, I think it shows acceptance, and I think, you should really, with your best friend, think of the type of gay couple you present as to the world, because you never know.
I don't. Oh, I know.
You know. I know too, but who knows? But they don't. Yeah.
So
I've always wanted to go to an open house with a friend of mine and pretend to be a gay couple. I just think it would be fun.
Just showing up as a couple, pretend to be. That'd be fun. We should do that.
Yeah.
Why don't we do that? Why don't we find like a random open house in Boston?
Yeah.
And we just show up as a couple, but we're not really a couple, but we just kind of like play into it.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
And I'm like really fixated on like the window, like the shades.
Yeah.
Like the little design details.
Oh yeah, that's your wheelhouse.
Yeah, but it's like a rental.
Oh,
and you're like, none of this is in here. None of this
would be that type of guy. Just extra on a rental property,
like making fun of the occupants, like stuff.
You know what I've just noticed? I just noticed that you would be like, if we were a couple, you'd be like the guy that would decorate the apartment as if he owned it, but doesn't own it.
Correct.
Like you'd bring all this stuff as if you owned like the condo, but you really don't. You rent it.
Correct.
And now I'm like, oh, Nikki, another love seat?
Yeah. Yeah.
Another love seat?
This is a $1,400 chaise lounge. It's half of the rent that we're paying.
Half of the rent.
Get your fucking priorities in order.
Everything is expensive in the apartment.
Yeah. Stupid. Makes no sense.
But back to her though, she did kind of like had that little eagerness, a little too eager for you.
Yeah.
Like, why are you so eager? People, why are you?
Yeah.
Guys, you don't have to be that eager, man.
No.
Like, don't walk into a situation creating a
stir.
Yeah.
Act like you've been there.
You could tell she was late.
Yeah.
She was sweating.
Well, it is hot out. Well, it's hot out. I'm adjusting the camera again. Sorry.
That's fine.
You know what it is, man? It's like that. It's that like, just fake it. Just fake like this isn't important to you. That's like the law of attraction for certain things with me, where I'm just like, where I see someone like in a situation where they're like, okay, they're like kind of respectful, but they're also like, I don't fucking even care if I get this apartment or not. I feel like the realtor would be like, I want to give this person the apartment.
Yeah. Yeah. What's it called? It's called poise. Is it like poise? Like a
Yeah,
certain
just
poise?
like being like subtly aloof,
Yeah.
kind of like I know you said 3:30, but can I take this call? And the
You know
person's
who do,
like,
you know
"Yeah, I
what
guess."
group of people do that very well, Nick, that I've noticed? Very, very
Oh,
wealthy
boy.
people.
Yeah, yeah,
Very wealthy people that I've came to like know or just like whatever see. They have a certain I don't want to say vagueness, but they don't exactly what you just said. It's a certain
there's an aloofness.
stillness.
Yeah,
or
they're
aloofness.
aloof. They're
aloof,
looking in
yeah.
the sky. They're
Yeah.
thinking. They're not really present.
They don't extend like their ideas too often. Like it's not like an extension. It's more of like there's a beginning, there's a middle, there's an end.
Yeah,
And then if they are interested, then you kind of have to like probe them a little bit more later. You're not going to get everything out of like the first conversation, what you need from a person.
no,
Those type of people.
those are the people that get apartments.
Those are people that get apartments.
Yeah.
Yeah. And not me that lives in a basement apartment.
Hey, look,
Listen, it's
doesn't
coming together
matter.
though.
Yeah, I've seen pictures.
You know what's funny? You have not came to my apartment yet.
No,
You only came to one apartment, the older one.
the old apartment. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You haven't came to this one.
That's when I was full service.
You were full service.
I'd show up with the podcasting equipment. Well, we were just doing audio then.
We were.
It was much easier just to like show up with microphones and
Sorry.
the stuff. It's fine.
Sorry. I just want to elevate the podcast.
No. I mean, look, that's why I invested in a studio.
Thank you. You're welcome. The chemistry's been good. Listen, this is better than laying on my bed because you used to lay on my bed and we used to do a podcast. Pause.
Whoa, I wouldn't say.
See, I should have clarified that. God.
He needs some milk.
Yeah, no, I wasn't laying on your bed.
You wasn't laying on.
No.
No, you was not laying on.
I would sit on the edge of your bed, and then you got me like the bar stool with the high top chair,
Yes.
and I would like look down on you. Yeah, I mean, look, we did what we had to do to get the podcast going.
Listen, I'm looking. You're gonna come to my apartment. I want you to come to my apartment
Sure.
when my landlord has his. My landlord is a DJ.
Okay,
He's a reggae DJ.
all right,
So he plays music and he has barbecues. I want you to come to a Haitian African barbecue.
okay, yeah. I feel like I've been to something like that before, and I enjoyed it.
And like live, not like through music.
Oh.
Not like you visioning it
Sure.
through like a 50 Cent mixtape.
Yeah,
2004. I'm talking about like actually.
Yeah.
Yo, Nick, you want to come to the Caravana?
Yeah. Like showing up to their. See, my only thing is like, what do I wear to that?
You would definitely get so
I would get too islandy.
you would get too islandy, bro. You would
Like
You'd
Chase,
match
who's your man with the full linen outfit on?
But you'd be yeah.
I'd be in. I'd fit in.
You'd so be in.
Yeah.
The thing is though, the food. It's the food that would get you.
That's what would get me. When I used to work in Brockton, they had this like amazing Jamaican spot down the street.
Okay.
And I would go in, and that's where I learned what Jamaican food was. And I'll be honest with you, some of the best tasting food I've ever had in my life.
For sure.
Some of the worst stomach issues I've ever had.
You're gonna have to
Oxtail.
You're gonna have to take a couple pills or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll make it work.
Oxtail, little rice and peas.
Little cocoa patties.
Cocoa bread and cheese.
Yeah, there we go.
Beef patty, cocoa bread and cheese.
Yep.
Ras clot.
Could I speak in patois?
Could you?
I could.
I feel like you want to.
I do a little bit.
I feel like you want to, like you.
I do a little bit.
You got a sense of like maybe I could try this.
Yeah.
Did you see that clip on Instagram with the white guy that was talking straight patois in Jamaica?
Oh yeah. No, Chet Hanks does one, but then there's another dude with like glasses on and kind of like he had like a mushroom haircut and he was
straight all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went to college with a I would guess
White man.
Many,
I would say.
yeah. They had a little head start, but yeah, he's white Jamaican, straight up from Jamaica. Family's from Jamaica.
Interesting.
Red hair, freckles. What came out of his mouth definitely surprised me.
Wild.
It was that's the first time I was like, oh, there's actually.
People say like, would you rather be able to play any instrument or speak any language? I would want to speak any language.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think, but like with the proper inflection.
With the
Like, you know what I'm saying? Not
no,
like
but you can, but I know you, bro. Like you would be the type of dude that would learn patois and get into it. But then as soon as someone says like something grammatically incorrect, you'd be like, listen, I can't. I'm out. I can't.
I'm like, no, I can't continue this conversation. I can't keep up with your guttural Spanish. I just can't.
It would drive you crazy.
Yeah.
The amount of grammar, incorrect grammar.
Yeah.
In a conversation.
It would be very confusing, very disorienting.
You'd be like, is there a verb in here? Is there an adjective? I don't know.
Yes, I don't know if this guy. I don't know if he. Whatever.
You know what really? You know what's been annoying me lately since the nice weather has been coming around lately? People with aftermarket mufflers.
Why is it? Why I've you sent me the notes for the show today when I was reading through them. I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of aftermarket mufflers that just come out during the summer.
Yeah. You like it'd be these people who would be kind of still in that Fast and Furious. I need to get a body kit for my 2002 Honda Accord.
Always VTEC.
VTEC.
Yeah.
VTEC engine with
Crazy.
First of all, the car came with one muffler. And then all of a sudden, the car has 4.
Yeah, do those guys buy the car stock and then put the mufflers on, or do you think they're buying other double aftermarket?
Double aftermarket.
Yeah, like I'm going to the car lot, I'm buying the car.
Yep.
It's already got extras on it. I'm going to add my...
Yeah. Some guys are even more narcissistic than that and crazy. They buy it stock base and then they create their own.
Well, that I like. If I was into like the drifting scene, know?
Yeah, but dude, we live in Boston. Like there's no cliffs. I don't understand why did I have to hear a muffler sounding like you have diarrhea?
It's just, it's weird.
And then you have these other guys like who buy these like very expensive cars and they get these like AMG with the little like with the muffler that goes, it kind of like kicks it like it's like a kick.
Yeah. Yeah. Does your car have COVID? Jesus Christ.
Your car needs Johnson & Johnson.
Yeah, your car needs to go to Boston Iron here and get checked out.
Instead of going to Lou Customs.
I've had a car with Lou's Custom exhaust on it.
First of all, I don't even know where Lou Customs is, but it's
They're everywhere in
Shout
Massachusetts.
out to Lou Customs, by the
Shout
way.
out to Lou's Custom exhaust.
Sometimes I've seen cars with the Lou Customs sticker and no aftermarket stuff on it.
I don't see these Lou's Custom exhausts like in...
Yeah.
You know where I'm going with this.
I want you to say it, though.
I don't want to say it, but it was something I noticed where I was like, oh, I'm in New Bedford. Is that a Lou's Custom exhaust? Brockton, Lou's Custom exhaust.
That's right.
I'm like, what the fuck? They have the market cornered.
They got a cornered market.
Wherever there's a high proclivity for Honda Civics,
Yep.
and it's mainly Civics.
Civics.
Mitsubishi Eclipse.
Okay. 1999 Mitsubishi Eclipse.
Yeah.
Red, black interior.
With the spoiler
With the
on the
spoiler,
back. The half moon
half
spoiler.
moon. Bro, that was my car.
That's the car.
And it still is my car.
Yeah, that's the car.
I looked for that the other day on eBay, trying
Yeah.
to see if they're still around. That car was the car in the late 90s.
Yeah.
In the Mitsubishi 3000 GT.
Yeah. Well, that's high level. That's like if you have like the Acura, like the NSX coupe, like that was up there. The GT was up there. Those were like high performance.
My boy had a Mitsubishi 3000 GT, souped up.
Yeah.
He was Cape Verdean.
Okay.
From
Did he have the flag in the hanging from the mirror?
No, he didn't have the flag.
I like those.
Yeah, he didn't have the flag, but he was Cape Verdean from Brockton, actually.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
Well,
just a full circle back to what you were saying. Souped up, green, chrome rims.
like that. Oh man. And it was always that like cars in the late 90s, early 2000s that shimmery money green.
Yeah.
That was the shit with chrome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and tire dressing.
But I loved the 3000. I'm sorry, the Mitsubishi Eclipse.
Mitsubishi Eclipse, yeah.
Oh, I was like, it's interesting now, like, as I'm older now, when I was like 16, 15, I'm like, oh man, at that point, the only thing I cared about was getting enough money to buy a Mitsubishi Eclipse.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I cared about.
Yeah.
Was like buying a Mitsubishi Eclipse. And then I started to realize like that's not going to happen because I'm just a porter at Dunkin' Donuts working like, twice a week.
But you know what, though? You grow up and you realize how possible it actually is.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. Because no one told me. I could have bought it used.
Yeah. Clean. No accidents.
My dad always bought his cars from like weird places where he could get deals. And my mom would always get in a fight with him because he would always bring a car home every every 2 quarters would be like a new car.
Oh, it was one of those situations where it was like, I'm getting the deal, but when you add it up over the course of your lifetime, it's like you could have just bought
a new car
and just kept it for 10 years.
My dad always was buying like cars from like the auctions, and they would like work, but then they'd break down, and then my mom would yell at my dad. He's like, you stop buying these shitty cars from these auctions. And my dad's like, listen, it's a BMW. And I would have to step in like, yeah, dad, but it's a 1987 and we're 1998.
Yeah, it's bad. I used to go to car auctions. My stepdad was a dealer, so I would go to the like Odessa and like Mannheim and all these auctions.
So you have like the inside scoop.
Closed, like you had to have a dealer's license.
Yeah.
Which is also not hard to get. I mean, when the bar of person that's in there is, kind of, there's some shady characters there.
That's like kind of a shady character business, right, Nikki?
It's very much a shady character business.
Yeah, the car dealership business.
Yeah, it's a shady character business for sure. I mean, I think like there's definitely
the in-house financing ones.
Yeah, there's reputable places. You go to a dealership, you go to some dealerships and like they'll have the big like huge. It's like a big building with the glass and the names.
Yeah.
Herb Chambers,
Prestige Motors.
Yeah, Bill DeLuca. Like these places were Colonial, Chevrolet. Like there's a functioning coffee machine. In the weight room, they have a weight room.
When you say functional, Keurig.
Like a Keurig, yeah.
Not a off the pot.
No, but like there's a parking lot with a fence around it. Like you go in, it's a real place of business. Then you have some of these places where they converted a home.
Yes.
Into
the primary residence.
Yeah. You don't go to those places to buy a car unless you are a mechanic or someone who can fix the issues, because then you're getting the car cheap anyways.
Oh.
Yeah.
I bought 2 cars from 2 in-house financing places. One was they were both from a Brazilian dude. Yeah. So
I think it's interesting when you kind of go to these car dealerships. Like, first of all, I find it interesting that there's even car dealerships still around.
Oh.
With the way things are.
How would you buy a car then?
They just send it to you. Like, I haven't been to a car dealership. I haven't been to a car dealership in like, I don't know, years. There's no reason to. I live in the city. I wouldn't even know what to do or how to like.
I love going to car dealerships.
Yeah.
When I didn't have money, which is usually all the time.
Sure.
I would sometimes just go to car dealerships just to like act like I had the money to go through the whole routine to get me practice to when I had the money.
How to do it.
You
did dry runs on how to like go in there and buy a car.
Oh yeah. I did them a lot of times in my 20s. Yeah. One time I went into this Mercedes dealership. Actually, the guy I knew, he didn't really know me that well, but I met him through a friend, and he was working at the Mercedes dealership. It was in Norwood, Mass.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The Auto Mile.
Yep. And he used to work for Mercedes, and I went in there with a suit.
That's not a bad. Go ahead.
And then I remember the guy. The guy was named Barry.
There's always a Barry or a Dick or a There
was a Barry, my boy Barry. Actually his name, we nicknamed him Buick because he's old.
Yeah.
So that's his name, but we call him, his real name is Barry, but we call him Buick because he's old.
And you would just drive all the way to Norwood?
No, I didn't drive. I didn't have a car.
How'd you get to Norwood?
I was already at work.
Oh, okay.
So I went after. So I walked from my job about a mile to the Mercedes dealership. And I saved like 2 checks, so I had like probably like I had like $1,700 in the bank. So I thought like I could buy a Mercedes. Like I can lease a Mercedes.
Yeah.
So I went in there. I was like, hey man, I just want to look at a car. He's like, yeah, do you have a car in mind? I was like, yeah, actually I do. I've been looking at the CLS 63 AMG by the shits. White with beige interior.
Oh, you already know the whole thing.
AMG package, not the sport package, the trim. I want the engine too.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, okay. So, like, yeah, it's like about 110. I was like, oh, okay. Is that like a 3-year lease or is it like a 2-year?
He's like, it's the purchase.
I was like, that's the purchase. And I said, all right, well, I'm gonna look at some other options. He knew I was like lying. And then I would leave and I'd be like, what are you doing, you idiot? But then I'm like, these people don't know me. Maybe that day will come when I come in. I just buy it off the lot. Is that a little weird? I feel like you have to practice moments.
No, I think that's actually that's smart to go in and have those conversations. I think especially if you like talking to people.
Yeah.
But you do. I think a car dealership is like a good place to
act.
To just hang out.
I think car dealership is a great place for any like performer to like practice their like improv.
Yeah, the cars are kind of just a distraction. Because no one cares about the car. It's like, what can I get?
What can I get?
What can I get and how can I make you feel? How can I make you trust me so that you give me your bank account information?
Free
Yeah. Fucking crazy.
I can't believe it. I just couldn't believe I was doing that as a young man.
It's weird. I don't know why people start to get these mufflers, at this time of the year. And I'm not sure, it doesn't necessarily add performance. It's just weird. Mufflers are weird.
I don't like. It just when I'm sleeping, I don't want to like these extra like army tank like cars that are like making it seem like you're coming to get me. Like I don't understand. Like you live in Pleasantville. If your area, like you're like the city, your street name is Pleasantville Street. Like why do you have an army tank Honda Accord? Like, I don't get it.
You live in Yarmouth.
And I know you're Puerto Rican.
All right. I didn't want to see you look. Is there...
Listen.
Okay. I'm just asking you.
Most Latinos soup up their cars. That's an observation. That's not a stereotype.
Do you think it's a cultural thing or like an economic thing where it's kind of like, hey, I'm not buying the car that I want. A Ferrari, we'll say.
Right.
So I'm going to make this Eclipse into a Ferrari.
No, there's definitely that. Like where it's like, I mean, you're talking about like what? Eclipse were like what, 30 grand at the time, 25 grand, whatever they were, versus like a Ferrari, which is 200 plus grand. Yeah. Obviously it's economics come into play, but I think it's more than just like the more cultural. I think it's more like just people just have an interest in cars and there's a market for everything, I don't know why it's more geared towards. I don't know. It's the same thing for like black people too. It's like why do black people like I don't know, have each group have their thing.
Yeah, well, that's why I was always curious too.
Yeah, I guess each group has their thing. Like they like,
Yeah. But the mufflers, yeah.
But I don't think that the muffler is annoying. That's an annoying because I was coming here and I was walking here and I'm like, dude, you have a $90,000 car. Why did you add an extra 2 mufflers to it?
It's not an economic thing. So I think I just answered the question.
I think you just answered the question.
I know on Com Ave, like say you're a Mass or you're a Mass Ave or something like that, like you'll see these cars with like young, people in them, like, and they're like hyper sports cars. Like I've seen a lot of McLarens, a lot of Lamborghinis.
Yeah.
Those types of cars specifically in this area. And I don't know if it's like the residents around here or like the students. A lot of like foreign money comes in and they get the cars like souped up.
A lot of that, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think it has anything to do like, I just think it's like, hey, look at me. Look at what I.
Yeah. Plus also, it's just for me, I think I just grew out of that phase,
Yeah.
I really wasn't into it, but it's just a little too much.
Yeah. It's a little too much. I mean,
it's a little too much. And also, if you have a car like that, we don't need to try to guess the paint color of your car either. These fucking people who like...
Can I get blue? Can I just get a blue car?
Blue, black, red, right? I don't need like this faded, glossy...
Gold, green.
Like at night, it's like blue. Then like during the day, it's pink. Like I don't need the guessing game, dude.
Cars are just. I'm not into cars anymore. I used to really be into them, and I've just hit the age now where I'm like, I don't care.
I don't care.
That's kind of why like I kind of like Teslas, because they have absolutely no personality from as a car.
As a car, yeah. Inside is just plain as hell.
The people that have them have a personality it's insufferable. But
plain toast.
Yeah, well, they think that they're involved in like NASA engineering. Right. They think that they're at the forefront of innovation,
or they're part of it.
Yeah, well, they think they're part of the movement.
Yeah, I'm part of Elon's like group to go to Mars. So
You just don't want to pay for gas.
Basically,
like but I think that like if I were to get a car, I'd just Tesla, plain, plug it in, get in, go. I don't care.
A Tesla is weird because a Tesla, like when I drive a Tesla, it's like dating a German chick. Like
I kind of keep going.
Yeah, but just German women, like they're like very kind of like the personality is very like, Germans are very kind of linear.
Yeah,
there's no like extra. Like it kind of like
very cold.
Very cold.
Yep. I'm with you.
I feel like like when I drive a Tesla, it's just like there's nothing else more than like what it is that I'm actually doing, which is driving.
Yep.
Anything additional to that's going to add any feeling to it or any comfort, it's not happening.
No, I feel that. I like that cold. A little cold. Like, I don't need my car to be my personality anymore at this age.
I do. I
want my home to be my kind of a little bit of my, personality, because that's where I spend most of my time.
So basically, what's the ideal car for Nick? If you had all the money in the world, what's the ideal car for you?
You know what?
Aside from the Tesla,
I completely
apparently.
go back on everything I said. If I had all the money in the world,
yeah,
I'd get a Tesla to just take me back and forth to where I need to go. And then I'd have a garage of old Mercedes.
Okay, classics.
I just love classic old Mercedes.
See, yeah, we like that. Like the 1989s, 88 ones.
I'm talking like from 70 to like 90s. Everything in between.
Everything in between.
Yeah, I like the clunky old like SEL diesels. Ooh. I'm like, like Jerry Seinfeld likes Porsches. I feel the same way about Mercedes.
Old school Mercedes.
They're very like, they're not a performance car at all. I'm not in a rush.
Well, you're driving it, so that's
I'm not in a rush. I don't need to like change gears and go fast. I'll get there when I get there.
Yeah, I don't see you as a shifter.
I can drive a stick.
But not like aggressive. Before. I don't see you as an aggressive stick person.
No. I don't like it. There's no point,
I don't see you like.
Yeah,
like,
no.
You're just kind of like casual, like a casual.
I like a nice land yacht, like a nice smooth, unencumbered ride.
I feel like, dude, sometimes when I talk to you, I feel like you need to live somewhere in Italy that's on a cliff away from population, but not that far, where you take your car in order to get to your house, you have to go up the mountain. Like you like cliff like drives, like seacoast drives.
Yeah, I like
you know what I mean?
I like nice.
You like nice.
I like it just to all be nice and simple and
easy
because there's just there's so much in life that's just not that. Life will help me. Life will provide me the conflict that I need.
That's a great point.
Life will always provide. There's no shortage of difficulty and conflict. So I just try to make things.
You just said something interesting.
Nice and easy.
Do you think that's a perspective that I feel like you think people should have in their own mind, where they should expect things to be that way so they should be able to know how to deal with it? Do you feel like now there's people that don't actually think like those things can happen, so they kind of live in their own world,
I think
you got like a tentative thing to that. You're just you have that like kind of thing where it's like things could always go bad, so let me just enjoy what I got going on.
Yeah. There's a book that I was reading. It's really interesting, and they said there's just 3 aspects of reality: pain, uncertainty, and constant work. Those are always going to be part of your reality.
Say that again.
Pain, uncertainty, and constant work.
Pain, uncertainty, and constant work.
Those are always just going to be there. You're always going to have them. You're never going to escape those things. So the sooner that you just embrace them and you kind of just say, when I leave the house, that's why my house is so important to me.
Right.
Because when I leave the house, people aren't taking their shoes off. people are not washing their hands. You know, people are, it's fucking life. It's uncertain. It's crazy, you know.
Right.
So just having that little piece of thing that you can control is important. But yeah, I don't, I like nice and easy.
Nice and easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because from your perspective there's other things that are not.
Yeah. And you have to be okay with that. You have to be like, when I leave for work in the morning, I'm just like, okay, something, you know, it's going to suck maybe today. Someone's going to come at me and ask me something that I don't want to do. And I'm going to have to go through that in my mind.
Yeah.
But if I'm just like, yeah, it's going to happen anyway. So I might as well just, you know.
Yeah. I think there's different levels to that. People's like, they have a spectrum. Some people are a little more extreme than others with that, you know. I feel like I'm like that, but I'm a little bit, sometimes I'm just, it's going to happen. It's okay. We'll get there.
Yeah.
Like I had some friends that are like, they're too anxious. I've had friends who are too anxious and they can't, like they weren't able to accept that.
Sure.
I have friends till today, like they still can't accept that. Like they always have to feel like they're in control. Like they're controlling like their own, I guess, turmoil.
Yeah.
Right? Like oh, I'm only going to create my own turmoil. Like I'm not going to allow it like to get to me. It's like, well, what happens if it happens? What are you going to do? You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I think you just can't
dwell on it.
Yeah, you can't be afraid to like I think when you accept those things, when you accept the uncertainty and the pain and the constant work, you're not disappointed by certain things because you're like, these things are always, I have to get up and go to work. If it's not for money, like if I win the lottery tomorrow, I'll be happy for like a week.
I'd be happy for you too.
Yeah. Well, you'd be even more happy because we'd be getting a new fucking studio. I would be happy for like a week. And then I would say to myself, okay, like
what's next? Yeah.
What am I going to do? Because as much as I can enjoy the things that are like, you know, nice and easy, they're not nice and easy unless I have something that I'm going, okay, there's this pain, this conflict, this work, you know, these things that I just have to, they're always going to be there. It's reality. And I think we've created this kind of world where there's so much shit that is done for you.
You're right.
And so easy. If you want to learn about a subject, you don't really have to do much work. You kind of just have to read you look it up online or whatever.
Damn it.
So there's not that feeling of like accomplishment. So now everyone kind of feels like a trust fund baby where they're like, what's the point?
What's the point?
But they don't have the trust fund.
They don't have the trust fund.
Yeah. So they're just like, I'm depressed. I'm unfulfilled. What's the point? But I can't stop working.
Right.
Because I have to have money.
I have to have money.
Yeah. And that's why people are, I don't know.
Yeah. I just wanted to, that's interesting. I feel like I would agree with you. I wonder if there's a point where I guess just to kind of just state one thing to add to that. I guess in conclusion, you have to have a balance of like everything, right? Like, would you ever get to a point where, can you get to a point in your life where everything is okay?
What do you see? I guess, well, what's okay? That's the thing.
I guess where there is no conflict in your life. No pain. No. Can you purposely, strategically put yourself in situations where you can avoid like all those things to just have like a easy life?
Yeah, you can, but you'll be fucked because the world will always throw some wrench into your. It's impossible to build that life, and it's not possible. At least for me, like I look at it and I go, you know what? As soon as I get a 2-bedroom, I'll start a podcast studio. Man, it's going to be great, and people are just going to come and ask me to do their podcast, and I'm going to make no. Now you just have an extra room. Mm-hmm. Still the same.
Filled with warm. Filled with warm and joy. By the way.
Yeah.
By me.
Still the same.
Just not.
No, but you get what I'm saying? Like, and that's why you see people bugging the fuck out.
They're tripping.
Yes.
There's mad people tripping now.
And they're bugging the fuck out because they're like, I went to school. I worked at this place for this many years, and I still don't have a partner. I still don't have this, and I still don't have that. And it's like, do you want any of that shit? And they're like, I don't even know. I'm like, oh God.
Damn it.
It's like, dude, just embrace the fact that, there's going to be these certainties in your life and try and find like something that you can enjoy that's just simple.
That's simple.
That's the thing. Yeah. For me, I'm just like fucking simple.
Yeah. Less is more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Simple. Well, simple. I've got a lot more simpler too over the years for sure. God damn, what you just said, that last point really like connected with me because I had a conversation with my mom about this.
Sure.
The other day, we got into a little spat,
Oh no.
Where she, where it became a situation where she sent me 2 voice messages. One was 9 minutes and 50 seconds long, and the other was like 4 minutes, telling me that I need to settle down and get married and have kids. And I'm like, Mom, I don't think you understand. Like, I chose to eat cereal with a fork yesterday. There's like, I'm a man that like that. And then there was a spoon next to me too. It's like, not like I chose, like, I'm not in no position, And then I flipped it on her because she's like a religious person.
Oh boy. Yeah.
So I used it kind of against her a little bit. So I was like, hey, Mom, listen, I understand you love me, but I have faith in God that he told me that I'm not ready for that yet.
You did this reverse psychology.
I'm like, Mom, I have faith in him that he would not prepare me for something that I'm not ready for.
And
so he hasn't in his eyes. I'm not ready for the woman yet. So he's training me still, Mom. And some people, they get it sooner. Some people get it later. God blessed you, Mom, with Dad at a very early age. I wasn't fortunate. I wasn't privileged. I'm not privileged yet. And, I'm looking for, and then she was like, you know what? You're right. I was like, God damn it. I just created some more time, another month.
I love that reverse psychology, by the way. That's brilliant.
That's the only thing
Listen,
I had.
God will give me those blessings when
I'm ready for it.
Oh, your mom's like, no, I spoke to God.
Yeah.
That's not the case. It's like, what?
Yeah. She's like, I prayed, it's like, Mom, listen. She didn't have a rebuttal to that though. I felt like I got her.
Yeah. I feel like you definitely bought yourself some time for sure.
I bought about a month.
Yeah.
About 3 weeks.
Before she comes back to you and it's like checking in on you and God.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, I just don't understand. Just leave me alone. Is it okay to be single? Like, I feel like single people get shit for being single.
I don't think so, though. I don't think that that's
so?
No, not anymore. I don't think that's the case anymore. I think like
they do, man.
All this shit now. Yeah, but they don't. Like, that's the thing is like maybe by their parents, but if you can't tell at this age, like that your parents know some things, but certainly not everything, and you can kind of just take that with a grain of salt and be like, look, like my mom said something she said something like, just waiting for a grandkid. Just waiting for a grandkid,
All passively kind of like that.
Yeah, she means well. And then I did some math and learned that when she had me, she was 35 years old.
Oh, I see. A little later generally?
A little later, yeah.
Women?
Yeah, women usually start to have kids like in their late 20s.
Sure.
But
Some earlier.
I think historically, I mean, I don't know, but that's generally when they say you should start having kids as a woman, which is like kind of bullshit because there's so much, innovation and health and science. It's like women can have kids up until like in their 40s, and some women even have kids in their 50s. Like, it's gonna be a brutal. Your kid's gonna be 20 and you're gonna be 80. Or whatever it is, but it's just like, so either way, I said to her, I was just like, it's crazy how parents will say that shit. But then you look back and you go, didn't you have me right around now?
Right.
And you're giving me shit about like, you know what I mean?
See, I can't say that with my parents.
There's still a little bit of,
Nah, they were fucking early.
Yeah.
They were wilding out early, son.
Yeah.
Yeah. Different circumstances.
Sure.
Culture
Sure.
plays a part into like that. Where you are in the world, things of that sort.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough because you don't want to break them down with like, just like in that conversation, you don't want to be like, you don't understand. Like you're removed from this. You don't really understand like what it is like now.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't.
You would never say that, but it's just kind of like, okay, just, chill the fuck out.
I just need for you to
chill out.
I told my mom, I was like, Mom, you need to support me. And as soon as I said it, I sounded so when I said it.
Yeah.
I was like, Mom, you don't even support me, And as soon as I said it, I was like, oh, she got you. She got you in your feelings.
She did.
My mom knows. She got me in my feelings.
She did. She put on a Drake album and she got you. She got
me in my feelings.
Yeah.
Son. I was like, you don't support. You never came to a show. 9-10 years. You telling me to have a kid. You wanted me to support a kid. Why don't you support your own kid? I was going down that rabbit hole.
Oh no. See, that's
Yeah, I started getting a little tricky with that.
Well.
And forgiveness. No, she's telling me forgive. Mm-hmm. I don't know what you think about forgiveness. I don't know.
Yeah, you should, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, unless someone touched you in a way that was uncomfortable.
Yeah, no one ever touched me.
I'm just saying, even if they did, I'm just saying, like, that's a situation where maybe it's a little bit hard to forgive.
Yeah.
But if it was like, you're kind of an asshole.
Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah. Okay. So it's not.
Yeah,
okay,
it's not like
as serious as like the uncle that puts his hand on your knee and you're like, okay, dude,
nah, no one
fuck
touched,
out of here.
No one touched my pee.
And it's okay if they did.
Well,
that's a hard edit. But no. I think like, dude. Why do you don't want that shit weighing on you?
The thing is, it doesn't. But I don't know.
Here's the thing. You should placate. You should just do the same thing and be like, I forgive him or her or whatever. Like, it is what it is and move on.
Yeah.
Or is she going to do the follow-up?
She's going to do a follow-up, bro. There's always a follow-up.
Forensics.
It's like I'm in English class where it's like the teacher tells you to write 2 drafts before the final paper. It's like, listen, I'm going to say the same exact thing. Like nothing, like just take this as the final draft.
Yeah.
She's like, no, there's grammar, like this and that. I'm like, oh God, here we go.
No, yeah, you just gotta play it simple, man.
We're an angry kid, angry person.
Yes. When I was a kid, well,
like
I had a lot of teen angst
because
I wasn't allowed to go out.
Okay.
I couldn't go to parties.
Me either.
I couldn't drink. I couldn't do any of that stuff. So I was really, really angry because I had a personality that would lend itself well to that type of thing.
To those things.
Yeah, I'd be partying all the time. I'd be going to my friend's house because I'm a social guy.
Yeah. They could tell by the podcast.
Yeah, not now, but. So yes, I was very angry about that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I got to work on that. But I don't know. Sometimes I feel like having a little anger is good. Keeps you on your toes. Not anger, but more of just like.
See, that's the thing, though.
I'm a petty.
That's what I said, though. Like,
I'm a petty.
You'll have enough. There's enough stuff to be angry about.
I know. Maybe I just don't.
Uncle Harold, you could forgive Uncle Harold for not laughing at one of your jokes a couple of years back.
What?
You can. Let the guy off.
Let the guy off?
Yeah, let him off.
All right. We'll work on it.
I was walking with my wife, as I do, around the neighborhood. I've been known to go on a jaunt with my wife. And I noticed that there are these like sunscreen dispensers.
Yes.
Have you seen this?
I have.
Does any other city...
I don't partake though.
No way. Free sunscreen is no bueno. I'm not. I'm good.
Yeah, you want to pay for your sunscreen, right?
Yes.
I feel like free sunscreen is like, that's not what you don't want to have. It's kind of like getting a free blowjob from a homeless chick.
I don't know if it's exactly like that, but I think what you're,
Well, you wouldn't do it?
No, I wouldn't.
So why is it not?
I also wouldn't pay for a home, like I wouldn't pay for that.
Well, something.
You always have the worst, what's it called? Analogies.
Yeah, they're not great.
You're like 33% from the field with analogies.
Well, listen, I don't know about sunscreen, so I don't use it. So
Wait a minute. You don't use sunscreen?
yeah, we don't,
Why not?
because we don't need sunscreen, bro. Like,
First of all-
Africans don't need sunscreen.
First of all, that's insane.
Why is it insane?
Because number one, if we were to just break this down by logic,
Oh, here we go with this.
you have more melanin in your skin and you attract, because of that, your skin's darker and it attracts the sun.
Right.
You never get sunburn?
Never.
All right, so then maybe you don't need.
This is what I'm saying.
I
Like,
had a hunch on this that someone was like, dude, that's really racist that you would think black people don't need sunscreen. And I'm like, every black person I've known never put sunscreen on.
never. Now, all the black people I know, my ancestry, all my family from where we never. I have family that my grandmother died when she was 97. She
Never touched a bottle of sunscreen.
she's never seen it. She doesn't even know what it is.
She wouldn't know what to do with it.
Just like with gay people, she's never seen gay people. It's the same thing.
Wow. Fuck.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
She's never. If I gave sunscreen right now, if my grandmother was living, she would look at it and be like, "What is this?"
Whoa. Is she still in Africa or is she here?
She's underground. She's dead. She's with us in spirit.
She's wondering why you don't have a child yet. She's guilting you from the grave
I think she is.
in spirit.
Adelete.
Yeah.
Love you.
Yeah, I don't fuck with free sunscreen.
I don't do so.
And you don't do it at all.
My friend said actually the other day, we had a kind of a little debate about this sunscreen. Actually, it's kind of crazy you brought this up. She said she recommends that I should use sunscreen. Then I'm like, okay, well, what type of sunscreen do you suggest I should use? Do I go high on the SP because I'm higher on melanin, or do I go low on the SP because I do have high melanin? So does the SP has to match the high melanin? I don't know. What do you know?
Think that
I've never been burnt by the sun before.
Yeah. Okay.
Never. None of my family has. It just
Fuck. I mean, I think you should use it. I think you should use sunscreen. I do think, but then again, I don't know, dude. You have that, like, those genes where it's kind of just like, the fuck's the sun gonna do?
yeah, exactly.
I don't know. This is a real predicament. Here's what I would do. I would
please.
throw the SPF on the face to protect the face and keep the face from, because you're already gonna look 60 when you're 100.
Thank you.
So maybe
I think that was a compliment.
Yeah, because you just because you told me your age once and I was shocked. I didn't realize that that's how old you are.
Yeah, I was older than what you were. projecting.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think you're good from an aesthetic perspective, but why not kick it up a notch? What products do you use on your skin?
I use there's a
Moisturizer?
There's a process. So,
Okay, yeah.
So you have the cleanser.
Sure.
Also, you have to have a moisturizer. You have a scrub.
Okay.
So you have an exfoliating scrub.
Wow.
Okay. Then you have a toner.
Wow.
So-
You do all this?
Yeah, look at my skin.
Fuck. Okay.
I'm almost 50, dude. Not really. But I like to add up more just to make it seem like...
Yeah, I know how old you are. You're
Okay.
not almost 50. It's like saying I'm almost 60.
I just add up.
fucking-
Just yeah, that was...
So then you should use sunscreen. What's an extra little bit of sunscreen?
But sunscreen is made specific to do what? Prevent what?
Prevent the sun from damaging your skin cells.
Since I have DNA that goes back to thousands of years that we have been already...
Yeah.
Why? That's what I'm trying to say. Since none of my family has skin cancer, we don't get that. We've never had it.
Maybe like a light, like a moisturizer with a little bit of sunscreen in it.
Okay. Like a hybrid.
Yeah. Yeah, like a hybrid.
Hybrid.
Get a hybrid moisturizer. With the little, you know what this is?
You know what sucks?
This is Chase logic.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
I just don't know. I'm trying to just... Okay, do you use sunscreen?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't as a kid. I didn't use a ton of it as a kid.
Okay.
And the older I got,
Do you get burned or you get tan?
I get burnt and tan. Lebanese dudes are weird because Lebanese dudes, people think that they're like super Arab. They're really not. They're kind of like the whitest kind of Middle Eastern person that there is.
It's hilarious.
They are.
Because I always thought you guys were Dominicans of the Middle East.
We're like, yeah, I mean, that's kind of true. That's really funny. I might use that. Where? I don't know.
Yeah.
But we get burnt. And then we tan.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many Lebanese people do you actually know?
Not as many as when I was a kid. It was just mainly my family.
Okay, so you disowned them. Got it.
Well, yeah.
So he was like, I can't go outside. I can't drink. I'm not talking to
No,
my people
dude,
either.
that's the fucking crazy thing about my childhood is like I wasn't raised in a Lebanese house.
So you were more on the...
I was an Italian-Irish house.
Oh.
Yes.
You were more on like the...
So I was more in like an Italian people never put on sunscreen.
Yeah, because they have
Yeah.
they have that color.
Yeah.
Like the tan. It's very... Yeah, they have a certain melanin to them as well.
Yeah. So that's the shit that I was on when I was growing up. I was just like, I'll never really put a ton of sunscreen on.
Okay.
And then I don't know, maybe I just hit a certain age where I just started getting burnt really bad, and I'm like, no, I gotta put some.
Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you look up sunscreen for black men?
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually, put sunscreen for African men.
Yeah, it's my search history, so I'd like to just make it as asking for a friend.
Is it after the blacked.com search?
Sunscreen for black people. Whoa.
There's a lot?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
The best sunscreen for dark skin. Which sunscreen is best for African American skin?
Okay.
Okay. What SPF is needed for black people? 30 to 50. Experts recommend going with something like 30 to 50 SPF. No need to go above because anything higher might provide more of a sense of security. Okay.
A sense of security.
Do black people need to wear sunscreen?
I love these rabbit holes.
People with dark skin don't need to wear sunscreen. That's a myth. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Myth.
Damn it.
Fact. Sunscreen provides added protection against UV rays that can cause skin cancer and is recommended for all skin types. Okay. Sunscreen increases the skin's natural resistance to sun damage by absorbing and reflecting the light. So yeah, dude, honestly,
Don't need it.
I would throw a little like SPF 30 on the face.
The most lightest version?
Yeah, the lightest version. Just so, dude, this is like the warranty on the car.
I don't think...
You don't need the big. You don't need
it.
the 50. You don't need the 50,
But
but you need some AAA.
But you need some AAA.
You need AAA.
You need some... Okay.
At the least. Like if the car breaks down, you need someone to just come pick it up. I would say for you,
Yeah.
SPF 30 is your AAA.
So it's like an insurance policy.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Because not only are you reducing the risk of skin cancer, you're also just looking, it keeps you looking younger.
But I'm already like that.
Yeah, but why not?
Add a little more to it.
Yeah.
I kind of still want to have that little vintage look to me, though. Like, I don't want to look too...
I don't think you're not
vintagey,
no,
man.
you're not. This isn't like, you're not going under like the Michael Jackson regime of, you're not sleeping in a hyperbaric chamber.
Fair enough.
You're just throwing a 30 on.
So, lower SP. Right.
Yeah.
Because I have high melanin.
I just find it funny that the city of Boston was like, this fucking city's so white and so Irish.
Okay.
It's a public safety hazard to not provide sunscreen.
Yeah, they need... Yes. Oh, they need... I think they need, instead of having evacuation day, they need an SP day.
SPF day, yeah.
SPF day for Boston.
Yes.
People. Yeah. Why don't they...
It would be at the expo center, though. It wouldn't be outside.
There should be a festival.
Yeah. It would be the only indoor festival. So no one gets a sunburn.
Yeah. We'd have the Heinz Convention Center.
Yeah.
After the dental week.
After the dental expo.
Dude, that festival would sell out.
For sure.
An SP
Skincare
festival?
I don't think we need festivals celebrating white skin.
Well, we're not. I don't think.
Because that could go. I'm pretty sure they have those in the South.
January 6th recently had it.
Do you think they had sunscreen available to the?
It was an overcast.
Insurrection?
They came on an overcast. They knew exactly when to
You'd
do.
still get sunburn on an overcast. That's why when it's overcast, yeah, I learned this weekend. When the clouds are overcast, you ever see like where it's like an overcast day and people are still squinting?
I just thought they just had dry eyes.
No, that the UV rays can still get through the clouds.
What?
Yes.
I'm sorry, man. Each more and more that I'm listening to you about this, I'm loving more and more that I'm a black African man.
Yeah.
Because for me to like think about me going outside and have to worry about the sun burning me never crossed my mind in 42 years.
As if you need one more thing to like.
God was like,
As if you need one more thing to fucking watch your back on.
I feel like God kind of knew like black people were going to go through some things. And they were like, listen, I don't think.
And he's like, look, these scientists are going to fucking tell you that you need this shit. But I'm installing a secret.
A default
cheat code where you don't need to worry about skin damage.
It's like in the game Legend of Zelda where you get the shoes.
Yeah. Yeah.
We won. We got the.
You're like, it's just how it is.
I guess if as a black man, if there was like, I guess I look forward to that just not being burned by the sun. I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. It's pretty sweet.
Well, with that being said, I was going to ask you a question about something, but then I said to myself, why do that? Primarily because I forgot.
You forgot the question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I'm not sure where we at in time.
An hour.
I think we should close up shop.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think this is a good episode.
I think it was fair. Fair-skinned. Fair.
I think when you and I stick on a subject for more than 15 seconds, we get some
stuff going.
We get going.
Yeah. Maybe we should just let it
marinate. We need to
marinate.
let some of these subjects marinate.
Sometimes we get a little bit. Let's move on to the next thing and just let it kind of feel itself out.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you as well.
And I know that you need to get going, and I need to get going. You got to take a shower, get relaxed for the rest of the day.
Sure.
I got to get ready because I'm going to the Erykah Badu concert with Mos Def.
Whoa. That's great.
I'll talk about that on the next episode.
Yeah.
We'll get into more about that.
Yeah.
She hasn't toured a lot, so this is a special thing. You guys can follow me at Chase Abel, ChasCAbel. I'm always on Instagram. Please go to my page, guys. I'm posting a little bit more stories. I'm actually doing some segments on my stories called Chase Logic now, where I just kind of go on little things where I think about things, and then I'm trying to chase logic and trying to figure things out. I think it's funny. Guys, tap into that.
You're gonna do a more engagement too with like the sunscreen. I think you should do some stuff about like, would you take free sunscreen?
Okay.
Do you think that,
Free screen. Where would you get? Who would offer free sunscreen?
Well, the city of Boston offers free sunscreen right off the bat.
I didn't get that email.
Most hospitals that you go to will offer free sunscreen, like clinics and things like that.
All right. Well, looks like I'm coming down to the wire with that. But Instagram, Chase Abel, guys. Please follow me. I'm also on TikTok at ChaseAbel_comedian. I have a TikTok page there. www.chaseabel.com. I have some shows in July. Please come to those. I post them on my website and on Instagram. So I have about 6 or 7 shows in July, all in Boston. So make sure you guys just look me up. You guys have a great afternoon. I'm out of here.